Now we will explore the Annotate panel. Let's link our architectural model first. Hit Insert, link Revit, click on our architectural model, hit Open, click on the model and pin it. Hit Escape. Let's go to Annotate. This is the first thing, aligned dimension. It can give me the dimension between any two objects. How do I use it? I click the first object. I can hit tab if I want to use the interior dimension from the interior of the wall. I click here, go to the other wall, click tab again if I don't want my dimension to be from the center line. I stay here. I hit tab. Now I have my dimension and I can use it also. I hit tab, tab again, either vertically or horizontally or by with any angle. I can go to ceiling plans, 0 ceiling MEP, and try to use it again, aligned, and I want to have it from the interior side of the wall. To the other interior side of the wall. Now here is something. If I click in an empty place, it will place the dimension. But if I click on any line, it will split it into two. And I click here. So I have two dimensions. To avoid splitting my dimension into two, I should search for an empty place to put my dimension. So I can just click here and avoid clicking on any line of these ceiling tiles. I hit escape. This was a line dimension. I go back to 0 MEP. Linear dimension. Let's try drawing a detail line. You can click a detail line here, or you can type DL. So this is one line and this is another line. Hit escape. Linear dimension, I click it and then I click on 2 points. This is the first point and this is the second point, and it can only work by measuring the horizontal or vertical dimensions. If I go up and down, it will measure the horizontal dimension between the 2 points. If I go right or left, it will measure the vertical dimension between the 2 points. Doesn't work on an angle. Angular dimension, it measures the angle between two lines. I click this line first and this second. This is the dimension. I can place it here or I can place it here. Also, dimensions have families which are similar to dimension styles in AutoCAD. There are lots of families to change how my dimension looks like. Radial dimension, it measures the radius of a circle or an arc. So if I click this arc, it measures the radius of the arc. Diameter, it measures the diameter of a circle or an arc. I click the arc and I place my dimension. I hit escape. Arc length, it measures the length of the arc. So I click any arc, I click the first point and I click the second point, and now I have the dimension of the measurement of the arc. I hit escape. Spot elevation, for example, if I click DT for duct and I draw a duct, this spot elevation, I will click it and I click on the duct. So why I have two numbers? This is something that we need to explain. There are two numbers for the elevation of the duct. I go to section, I cut a section here, click here and click here. I hit escape, I double click the section, I go to detail level, I make it fine. I go here, I try to see the whole level. I go to dimension. So now this is my duct. It has not only one elevation, it has, this is the elevation from the level 2600, and this is another elevation between the top of the duct and the level 2900, and this is the third elevation between the middle of the duct and the floor level. It's 2750. I hit escape. So Revit is confused. Which elevation do you want me to give you? If I click spot elevation, I go here, I will find display elevation. It gives me 4 options, top and bottom elevations. So it will give me 2 numbers, the top and the bottom. Bottom elevation, if I click here, it will only give me 2600. This is from the bottom of the duct to the level. Again, click here. Top elevation, it will give me the elevation from the top of the duct to the level. Hit escape. Spot elevation, actual or selected elevation, it will also give me the top of the duct, because in the view we are seeing the top of the duct. Hit escape. Now let's draw a pipe. Let's go to 0 plumbing, PI for pipe, and I search for the system. Instead of hydronic supply, I want to draw a sanitary pipe. Here I want to click on change slope, and I give it, for example, any slope, and I hit the first point of the pipe, the second point, I hit escape. Spot slope. Now I can click on the pipe, and Revit displays the slope of the pipe. Now I can put it on the top or on the bottom, above or below the pipe. I click here and I hit escape. So Revit displays the direction of the slope and the value of the slope. If I click on this small blue circle, I can move it up or down. This circle, I can move the text up or down. I hit escape. Detail line. This is for me if I want to draw anything, but it works like AutoCAD. There's also something called drafting view, but it doesn't show in 3D or in the model. For example, I can draw a circle here, or I hit escape. Detail line, I can click rectangle, I draw a rectangle. This is what detail lines are for. Region is like hatch in AutoCAD. I click on this arrow, filled region, and I want a rectangle. Click the first point. This is the second point. I click on this finish edit mode. This is a hatch that looks like the hatch in AutoCAD. If I click on it, I can change how I want the hatch to look like. I can also choose whether I need it to hide the drawing or not. If I click here, the second one is masking region. It's like if I want to put a hole in the hatch, like if I want to put a circle here, I hit OK. Now I hit escape. This area is not hatched. Revision cloud. This is for revision clouds, if I did any revision on my sheet or a revision on my work, I can create a revision cloud, and I can give it a name and a mark and a comment. I hit OK. This is my revision cloud. Text. If I click text, also it can be short for TX. There are 4 options. This one, if I don't want any arrows, I can type Ziad and click anywhere. This is my text. Now if I hit text or press TX, this one, if I need an arrow with 2 segments, so this is the first segment, second segment, and then I can call this hatch region. I hit escape, and then text, and also this one, if I want to have a curved arrow like this, I can call it hatched region. I hit escape. Tag by category, this is very important, we use it all the time. You can click TG for tag, and also it exists here, tag by category. I click and I click here. This is how Revit tags my pipe. It has its name, it has its diameter, phi. If I want to remove this phi, I can't remove it from the Annotate. We go to systems and plumbing and click here for the mechanical settings. I go for pipe settings and pipe size suffix. I can remove this phi. Backspace for delete. Okay, now it's removed. I can also have any family. I can click here, edit type. I can give it a leader arrowhead, and I also can give it make it read anything. It can read the flow. It can, according to the family, it can read the flow. It can read the system abbreviation, or it can read anything I want. Let's go back to Zero Mech. I go back to Annotate, tag all. It will tag everything in my model. So if I click here, I want to duct tags and everything. I click, I give it a leader, I click OK. So now my duct has its tag, and everything that's not tagged in the view will be tagged. Color fill, we can use this sometimes. I click on the color fill and I can place it here. I click OK. Here I can edit scheme. I can also have any option that can, for example, if I have lots of ducts, like I can here click duct legend. I click here, I click OK. I click on the legend, edit scheme, duct color fill velocity. So Revit can color all the ducts that have a specific speed with a different color, so that I'm able to distinguish all speeds in the ducts. I click OK. So this duct has less than 4 meters per second speed, so it's blue. I can go back to Annotate. I can pipes legends. I click here, I click OK, and I also click here, edit scheme. I can create any scheme, any color scheme for the pipes in the project. For example, I want to know which pipes don't have flow and which pipes are connected and have flows. So I can change it from here. I can press here and click OK, and then I base the color on the size or on the flow or on the velocity or anything. It will be beneficial.